Now here I want to generate UUID, means unique ID. Like if you see in a URL of your WhatsApp, sorry, URL of YouTube, Instagram, and any social site, they have a random generated string. So if you want to that type of string like custom build, then how you can build. For today helper, I will show how to generate random UUID. So I first make a function generate UID part, and also first I will generate UID, then I will show some new way that fully customizable. This function return, and I want the pattern from external, from the user. So first this function uses some regular expression and replace method of JavaScript. So on pattern I call replace, and before that first I call my function console.log, and UID is there. And I want to generate UID in the form of this way, like by I want to generate UID, sorry, only X value should be replaced, X and Y. Here I use something like number. This depend on your choice, what pattern you want to. Then after pattern dot replace, I use regex, means regular expression, and here simply I want to replace X and Y value from global when it found where it found. Then call a anonymous function. Here it take as a argument, means he get a value, it get a value. And then from that first I want to generate random one, math.random 16, otherwise 0. And second one, so check here that X if come, then replace with R, otherwise do some logic. And then simply return all the way to a string format, means it's convert these values. First you generate a number 1 2 3 and anything, and that convert to a alphabet here and return it. And if you simply call this function, then what output you get? return, just wait a minute, here I run pattern dot replace xy, then globally function 16 compare if x, then otherwise. Okay, here I pass the value, and now if I run, then it gives me a random string. You can check here, every time it generated a random one. If you want to leave it here, then you can, otherwise uh, you can also expand your code. And here I want that every time when I run, it shuffled this string, means this whole string come to first place and this whole string is come to that place twice to a random. It generated by a random way, means it's a shuffling of this path after dash. So how can do make another function? For that, make another function. I want to make name. I want to name that function is shuffle array, and it get value as an array form. So I take argument as array. Then I loop through array dot length 1 less than and till 0. And first I make a variable here. I call a math function, then floor, then again call math random. It multiply by the arrays which are iterated over plus 1, and then after as a key take whole array and array j, array j, here it's shuffled, swapping a number. If you do a swapping a number, it's do something like, and that, and then after return array. And before that I make another function random order UID. Here I pass pattern and check if user don't pass any pattern. That scenario, for that scenario I also validate if null or undefined or pattern dot length less than equal to 20. Minimum length should be 20. Then I already make a pattern here. Okay, and for UUID pattern const section, I call this one. I split from dash. Pass this section and again return join the and call this function by swapping them, and after shuffling it again, then it gives me this I pass here. You can check that if I use one this at this time this axis come last, and after leave it empty.